Oh, so you want to talk about hope, Bo? Obama ran on hope. Remember when he got elected? And we felt like maybe, just maybe, we got out of that bad place and made it to a good place. That the whole country was really ready to turn the corner.
So for generations, many individuals were quick to disregard the American voice, the Black American voice. And this is pretty much true for Africans as it is for any African American, or rather any immigrants from any other countries, from the islands, from Europe, from the Indo-Pacific region. Like, it didn't matter where you were located in. When you heard the African American voice, a lot of times it was pretty much like modeled by the white voice. But I want us to take a moment to actually watch this clip from a famous TV show called Blackish that was discontinued, and I want us to really listen to them, because watching this clip truly touched me right in the heart, because I recently got enlightened to how things truly are, or truly were in America. And had I taken a moment to listen to the African Americans, a lot of, I guess, my life in the US probably would have been a lot better than it is now. So let's do this. All right.
Look what happened to Freddie Gray.
Yeah, and what if they make it all the way to the station? You remember Sandra Bland?
And let's say they do make it to trial. You see where that gets us? Don't you get it, Bo? The system is rigged against us.
Maybe it is, Dre. But I don't want to feel like my kids are living in a world that is so flawed that they can't have any hope.
Oh, so you want to talk about hope, Bo? Obama ran on hope. Remember when he got elected? And we felt like maybe, just maybe, we got out of that bad place and made it to a good place. That the whole country was really ready to turn the corner. You remember that amazing feeling we had during the inauguration? I was sitting right next to you. And we were so proud. And we saw him get out of that limo and walk alongside of it and wave to that crowd. Tell me you weren't terrified when you saw that. Tell me you weren't worried that someone was going to snatch that hope away from us like they always do. That is the real world, Bo. And our children need to know that that's the world that they live in. Let's finish watching. Let's see what they're gonna say next.
So my name is Aris. I am pretty much an African immigrant who later on became a citizen, and I pretty much I arrived in the U.S. back in 2006, and at the time, of course, like with my African parents, and pretty much like most of the narrative back in the day was pretty much like listening to the white people. African Americans were lazy, like all the negative stereotypes that carries with that. And of course, I'm sure we're all aware at this point that if you're just of darker skin, like the white narrative paints you as evil, or paints you as pretty much like this criminal individual that you have to find out the hard way. If you pretty much listen to them, that you really aren't viewed the same as them. You're not viewed as human, really, the same as them. Now, I'm not here to instill division. I do not believe that there is different classes of humans. Nothing like that. I simply want to bring awareness to other individuals who are in the same situation that I was in, right? So that the same mistakes aren't, repeated. So as you would see, he even mentioned Obama, right? And my experience, right after Obama was elected, I remember this vividly because it is one of the most prominent memories that I have of America while I was living in America. Literally the next day, I arrived at school, and I was pretty much put in this redneck town where I was surrounded by nothing but white people. So of course, like whenever it came to America, all that I knew was like the white side of things, right? And I get out of the car, and I hear this N word one in this disgusted tone by one of the people that played football with me, right? And at the time, I didn't know how to react. I simply was just a little shocked that I even heard that kind of disgust, I suppose, from the tone. Not even the word that was muttered, but just the disgust and the anger that accompanied that statement simply took me aback. And for a second or two, me and individuals simply looked at each other eye to eye, and they looked away, and they started walking with other friends, and all I could think about at the time was like, wow, that was pretty uncalled for. So um, that should have been the sign, That should have been one of the screaming alarms that should have dinged in my mind, like, hey, you aren't exactly loved, because Obama as an individual, I've always thought of him as I suppose, well educated, eloquent speaker, very down on earth type of individual. But whenever I joined the military, the hate for Obama was pronounced within the military, especially. All the white folks were just like constantly, every day, complaining, complaining, and complaining, and complaining, constantly having something negative to say about Obama. So, of course, like over time, my mindset uh, kind of tailored toward their like my world viewpoint was somewhat similar to theirs. I would sometimes like inject in conversations that I did think Obama was a very eloquent speaker, or he was very smart and stuff like that. But I've also I believed for a while that he was simply a divisive figure within the American system. Not until pretty much like as time went on, then I realized that I really didn't belong with the individuals that I surrounded myself with, and those were pretty much white people at the time. You know, I found myself pretty much like whenever I would be around African Americans, I would enjoy myself a lot more. I would have more substantial conversations. Like we would talk about dreams. We would talk about pretty much like the world from their viewpoint, from their eye. And I've also realized the lies, that my family pretty much like I would mention about them. I would also notice like the lies that the white news media, would say about black people and stuff like that. To the point where like I realized like it didn't matter if you were Black American, African, Caribbean, Latin American. If you were just of darker skin tone, they just simply just did not like you, and they will of course like paint you in such a negative light that like truly you realize like hindsight is 2020. That's one of my favorite statements, in America. Hindsight is 2020, meaning that if as time goes by and you look back, you realize that the mistakes that you've made, like those are things that would have been avoidable had you taken the time to actually listen to the African American voice and all that stuff. So, in the African American TV shows as well as movies, they try to tell you how America truly is. That, and of course, they would know. Like a lot of people would blame them as a victim blaming, or playing the victimhood card or whatever. But in reality, it's just the realities of the situation. That's how the American system truly is. But I'll leave it up to you to make up your own mind, of course. If you do not believe me, that's your call. You simply need to live life as it was and see how life is in America, and you come to your own conclusion. At least this is pretty much what I want to talk about in this video. So if you like this type of content, like, share, subscribe, and let's get back to it on another video.